Mm, Voi sentite qualcosa da Nicola?
No,
Nicola?
Non
ma
si
non
sente.
no, mi sa.
Nicola?
Guarda che sento Nicolaus.
Eh sì, gli sto scrivendo anch'io.
Allora, a posto.
Sì, beh, a posto, non vede, quindi...
Allora
Magari,
il Sideros.
magari telefonate, perché se gli mandate un messaggio non lo vede.
Aspetta, adesso prova a telefonare a Nikos, se vede, se no, io non ho il numero di Isidros. Aspettate.
Sideros è online, quindi. Però non riceve il mio messaggio perché...
Prova a chiamarlo, Nikos non mi risponde.
Eh, vediamo.
No, Nikos non risponde. Nicola, ci senti? Non credo.
Caspita. Eh,
Che qualcuno si accorga. E io ho
no,
finito i numeri di telefono da chiamare.
non
Sono un
conosciamo
po'
nessuno che
spaventato.
l'ha?
Ma-
Sì, io ho chiamato Isidoros. Ah, mi sa che si è accorto.
sì,
Eh,
ecco Nikos.
Can you hear?
Ciao Nicola.
ciao a tutti.
Ciao!
Ecco perché nessuno rispondeva ai saluti. Pensavo stesse tutti dormendo. Okay, so let me say it again. So what you're going to see is basically it's one result by Hadamard relating the growth of an entire function with the distribution of its zeros. And the basic philosophy is that if AI are the zeros of an entire function, of course they have to go to infinity because otherwise the function vanishes. But if they grow to infinity, how to say, very slowly, which is if there are many zeros, then the function has to grow very fast. And that's basically the thing. Okay, so okay, so let me. The two objects we need are the Janus. That's kind of unfortunate name, and order of the entire function of the function. So what's the Janus? Genus or so suppose F is entire, and suppose okay F is entire. These are zeros, zero set, and suppose that H greater equal than zero is the smallest integer, so that sum of 1 over h to the h plus 1 is finite. Then by Weierstrass theorem on factorization, we have that the product for I1 to infinity, I always assume we have infinity many zeros, otherwise everything is much easier, of EH that over N AI converges absolutely. Where this expression EHZ, it is the correction of this term by the partial sum of the logarithm. Well, the exponential of the partial sum of the logarithm. Okay, so we consider the smallest integer so that this converges, which is the smallest integer for which this product, let's call it P, converges absolutely. And we say that H, the genus of this product, is H in this case. Now, what about the function, interfunction the interfunction f? So if f can be written so if there is h greater or equal than 0, so that the sum of the zeros converges, and take that h is smaller than. And if my function can be written as a that product, then if that with the g, the polynomial, then the genus, the function f, the definition is the mean, is the maximum between h and the degree of d. So this definition of genus looks a bit artificial, right? But it is well posed, and
the genus is the smallest h for which this thing converges.
Yeah.
And there you say that it is
okay. Since it converges, then this polynomial, this vector is well defined. And then f over p is this form. If g is a polynomial,
yes.
which is the second condition, so there are two conditions. If there is some h for which it converges, so I can write this p here. Okay, p is called the canonical. P is called canonical product. AI, and if what is left is a polynomial, then we define the genus of F as that.
So you define it 2 times.
I define the genus of first of the canonical product.
And that is the genus of the canonical product.
Yeah.
And this is the genus of the general entire.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the genus is the minimum between the genus of the canonical product
And
the polynomial.
exactly. So written like this, let me go through a couple of examples just to clarify what the genus is in concrete situation. For instance, consider the sign of pi z. Okay. So, for instance, consider f of z as the sign. In this case, the zero set is a set of the integers. And so the canonical product, so set of integers, and if I want sum over all integers, of course, this requirement is for all the zeros except possibly 1, or except possibly 0. 0 is always some other. So for n different than 0, of 1 over n to the h plus 1 that converges h is greater or equal than 1. So the genus of the canonical product is 1, where the canonical product is products of 1 minus z over n, where n integer that's e to the minus z, or the plus z over n. That's economic problem. And now as an exercise, which is not easy, neither too difficult, you can, first you can observe that if you consider one for n of different signs, you consider the product, we get one, and you can this cancel out, so you can write this product as a product for n 1 to infinity of 1 minus the square over n square, which is not exactly the canonical form of product because we have the z square instead of the z, but we can write that. And okay, as an exercise, you can then show that Sine of z is equal to a constant, which will be this phi product for the between z squared x. So everything reduces to 1. Or if you want to write it in a more canonical form, it's pi z product for integer different than 0 over 1 minus z over n, z n. In this case, there is no g. In this case, g is 0, and or the logarithm of pi, as you prefer, and this is the product associated with sets. Okay. And to make it so basically, to establish what the genus is, you have an algorithm which gives you something like this. Okay, the function f, so the genus of f is equal to 0 when f of z can be written as a product of 1 minus z over n over z over 0, while maybe there is some power z, maybe there is a constant, and that's about it with the sum 1 over 5. When is the genus of f is equal to 1? So in this case, there are two possibilities basically. The first one, it is that f of z is equal to a constant and some power that is product of 1 minus z over an e to z over an times e to the some other constant. But then where there are two possibilities, either d is different than 0, and where sum of 1 over an square and sum. Well, possibility 1 is that sum 1 over n infinite, so that this product really needs to go to genus 1, and d the number, or possibility number 2, it could be written as well, let's say this is finite, and f of z can be written as a lower product n times that with d different zero. So I can have either a product of genus 1 and something of genus less or equal to 1, or a product of genus 0, but then this has to have genus 1. Okay. So the good thing about genus is that
Sorry, Nicola, in one genus, in first line of genus 1 is the product 1 minus z over an times e to the power. The first e, there are two e.
here
Yeah.
it's
What is-
e to the power z over a.
Ah, okay.
Same
An, okay.
zero.
Times a lambda. Okay. Thank
It's
you.
the one coming from bias transfer factorization.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is genus, which is not especially elegant to define, but it is useful because I mean it is what naturally comes when you want to apply bias factorization to a specific function. You run into this genus business. And then the next, okay, as an exercise that you can write down what all possibilities to have a function of genus 2. But okay, something which is much better is the order of function. So the order of the function f is so the model is the function f of z is equal to e to the z to some power. To some power r, let's say. In this case, the modulus of f of z, and you take the logarithm, that's the modulus of z to the r, sorry, of the real part. Is the real part of z to the r, and when you take, which is less or equal than z to the r, and we take double logarithm of f of z, what you get is r dot z. So finally, we have, let's say, the degree finally comes up here, and so we use this example to define the order as the logarithm of the logarithm of m of r over logarithm of r, and here we take the use r goes to infinity, where this is the maximum of f of z. As mod z is equal or less or equal to r. So for this entire function here, where r is an integer, the order is exactly r. So in this case, since we can have equality here, because the maximum of that, in this case, the maximum is exactly e to the r liberal art, and so the order of that art. Okay, there is a fact that I will be using today, and I will prove tomorrow, which is this one, that that if my function is then the order f. I will use the notation in Arcus, which lambda of f is finite running G. For example. And in this case, lambda of f is exactly the degree. What direction is triggered? Which I should know.
Sorry, so lambda is another notation for the order.
Yeah. Because from now on I use lambda for the
Thanks.
or I think yeah no it's better it's just one letter. In one direction, okay, this direction is bigger. But that is that's very equal the constant and that should be power G and actually the supreme that equal to R G of that is also greater equal than leader constant times. At least in one step is rational. So we take logarithms together. So this direction here is bigger. And for the other direction, one needs to use this formula. Where I have the over. A lemma or estimate more. Okay. So about the order, okay, the order is a much more geometric or analytic set. It is a less artificial. It is a less artificial measurable for entire functions. Tells me how the functions grow at infinity. So what is at the end of the 19th century, Hadamard, Jacques Hadamard, here that if H, well, say that the genus So for f, for one, that function, the genus is finite, the order is finite. This is something we just kind of assume all the way. But more specifically, we have the order of f, which is the growth of f, is a critical between the genus of f and the genus f plus 1. Now, I will follow the notation of alphas, so this will become h, f, where h is the smallest exponent and so this is h plus 1, and this will be called number f. Okay, so in particular, this implies, you know, that you know, if the zeros grow very slowly, I would say, so that to make sum of 1 over n, to make it difficult for this sum to converge, so I need a big h for this to converge, then the order of the function has to be very big. Then the function has to grow fast on some on circles. Basically, I mean, this is kind of for people working. I mean, with derivatives, the test cases or software cases. It is if I have okay, I do an unfaithful teacher. If my zeros accumulate, then my function has to kind of because the entire functions cannot be flat, so they have to make a a lot of up and down to catch this zero, which means that they have to accumulate a lot of derivatives. But if they accumulate a lot of derivatives by Cauchy-Formel, it's reasonable that they have to accumulate a lot of size themselves. Of course, this is not a proof. The proof is more complicated. Okay. In solid spaces, actually, this is not the problem. I mean, everything is zero. That's okay. So I guess it's more like a spring.
The order is present plus 1.
Okay.
For the sign is 1 though.
Yeah, for the sign, when you consider this function, you have the order and order and genus. They're both 1. I have an example in mind. so you want the order to be. I guess to get as close as we want to this one, you make I think let's postpone. Yeah, I thought I had an easy example in mind. I guess I want to find a function. The function has order 0. Well, then there is no exponential part. Right, I can make a function of genus 0. Okay, if I consider functions of genus 0, which means that they are products. The function of genus 0, we said it's a function of phi n with some 1 over n minus and I want to make the order s close to 1 as but I mean the function cosine of z this has genus 0.
If you work for the moment, it would be 1/2.
And yeah, the order is 1/2. The order is 1/2. Okay, so since that the order of this is 1/2, so this is 1/2, which means that the genus cannot be equal to 0. So you get halfway, let's say. And playing functions like this, probably you can get as close as 1 to 1. I have to think of 1, which gets accepted 1, but I don't have it. So okay, so so the estimate, the proof is divided in 2 parts. In the first one, we want to show that it is by brute force somehow to show that the order f is less or equal than agent 1 genus. And this is part 1 of the proof, which is by brute force. Well, not really distributed. And okay, remember what E of Z is. So claim is a quantitative estimate that if I consider the logarithm of E H Z, that's less or equal than H plus 1, then to be H plus 1. So we have this estimate of the vector of the product. Where E is then H. Okay. So, given the claim, that for I'm sorry, proof of the claim. Proof. For mod Z, for E H Z is a homomorphic in the dictionary. Is a homomorphic in the dictionary. And in fact, H of Z, the logarithm of H of Z of E H Z. This is the principal determination of the logarithm we talked about. Time is the sum for n, which goes from 8 to 1 to infinity of z to n over n. If you remember, that's exactly the reason why we chose this vector EH. It was just chosen essentially as a detailor of the Taylor expansion of the logarithm. So when I consider the logarithm of the modulus, which is no more than the logarithm of the modulus, which is no more than the sum of z to the n over n, or n which goes from h plus 1 goes to infinity, and this is less or equal, then brutal estimate is that okay, all of these n are greater or equal than h plus 1. So here I can put h plus 1, and then I can collect mod z and the h plus 1 outside, and everything which is left is a geometric series equal to 1 over 1 minus z. So that so when I move 1 minus 1 z, then the logarithm of h z, that's less or equal. We need any better estimate. So, that's 1 over h plus 1. Mod z, that's 1. That's one estimate. And for all z, okay, so this is one estimate. And then for all z, we have that this telescopic thing, logarithm of h. One that is equal. Okay, if you look at the definition of that, you have to take the ratio of these, so everything cancels out, so everything, the only thing which is left is this one, and that's the logarithm of e z to the h over h, which is less or equal than over h for all that. See, we need.
Sorry, Nicola, what have you written? Log modulus h minus log modulus h minus? Minus 1, okay. It was not clear, minus 1, okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, minus one. Right? Okay, with these two estimates, now we verify the claim by induction. Okay? So induction, let me keep the claim here. Okay. So h. So for h is equal to 0, the claimant says h is equal to 0. Claim says that the logarithm of 1 minus z, it is less or equal the modulus of z, but actually this is less or equal than logarithm of 1 of z, and by an estimate you can use many times that less or equal z. Okay, now to test from h minus 1, h. Okay, here there are more calculations. So consider the logarithm of modulus of h of z. That's less. Okay, so we're taking the logarithm of this, which is let me just check before. Okay, logarithm of this, so that logarithm of this times this, which is less or equal than the logarithm of this plus, and then the modulus of this can be truncated h minus 1, and what is left is no more than 1 set h. Actually, even over h, it seems I don't need that. And so by the h minus 1 case, the induction, we said that, so that's h minus 1, so here I get 2h minus 1 times mod z to the h minus 1 plus 1 plus mod z to the h, which is 2h mod z to the h. Which is okay, and this one it is less or equal than 2h plus 1 times mod z to the power that I want to change h plus 1 if mod z is greater or equal than 1, because I multiply times 8. Okay. So the induction step is good for mod z greater or equal than 1.
HP is what?
H.
HP. You have written up over the inequality HP in the last line, at the beginning of the last line.
Here.
No, the other side.
Oh.
At the beginning. No, at the beginning of the same line where you were before.
Ah, hypothesis. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But for so we use the hypothesis for h minus 1.
Yeah, you want to show that if the
Yeah,
same
so
holds for h minus 1, then it holds for h.
okay.
So it's
But then the exponent of modulus of z should be minus 1 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay. So we only have to deal with the case of h. Mod z is less than 1.
Yeah, I agree.
And to get mod z less than 1, okay. Let me see. I'm going to use that one, I guess. I have right. The logarithm of z, it is less or equal than let me see. I want to use okay. The modulus of log z EH is less or equal than mod z times the same thing plus that thing. Okay. Mod z and that plus them, and here let me see. Yes, I want to check the right one. 1 over h plus 1, which is equal to mod z. Now, okay, the logarithm of that is equal exactly, that is, it's written over there, the modulus of h minus 1. Let me just check that I right. So the logarithm of the modulus of h minus 1 plus mod z h over h. Maybe I want to get plus mod 1 over 1 because of that. Because of that. And now I can use an induction hypothesis, I hope, which is less or equal than that, and this is to be estimated by 2h minus 1 times that to be h plus that to be h over h plus that to be h over 1 over h over 1. Well, and you do, you know, so you get that you get multiples of z to the h plus 1, and you get 2h minus 1 plus 1 over h plus 1 over h plus 1, which is less or equal than 1, because you have this 1 over h plus 1. Okay. So with this claim, okay, this is just a claim about Taylor extension. Somehow. With this claim, we have so consider P. P was the canonical problem over n of the say over I of z over the canonical problems. Associated to the function n. Then when you do log p of z, that's less or equal. Well, that's equal. It is equal to product sum over I of the log this guy is right. And by the claim that's sum over I of well, there is a common factor we don't really care much about, which is this 1. Important thing is that we get that over AI 1. So, you know, and that converges because 1 sum 1 over AI say 1, which converges that's the end. So this is the constant times not the. In particular, this says that the order of so the order of the canonical product when you do log of the maximum of the of z, therefore z is equal to r, that's less or equal than a constant plus 8.1 times log of r, and if I divide by log of r, divide into the log r, and if I take the input, I get the order p of the order of the canonical product. It is less or equal than h plus 1, which is the genus of the canonical product plus 1. Well, now the order of the product is less or equal than. Okay, so we have shown the estimate for products, and it easily follows the general case. The order what is it for? If I consider the order of the canonical product times exponential, first thing I take a logarithm. So that's less or equal, I would say, in the order so to say, so to do the logarithm of logarithm plus the logarithm plus G Z and the rest. The logarithm of the sum is less or equal than the sum of the logarithms. Yes. Then we divide by that, take this primo, and we get the order of f. So the order of this is less or equal than the order of I can write this one, this as I mean, this ethnic is too bad. So what I want to say is that the order of this product is less or equal than the maximum of the order. And okay, given that this is true, this is we have just shown that the order of that is less or equal than the genus of the product. One, and this is degree D. And this is less or equal than the genus of X. Because of the genus of X is the maximum degree. I guess okay, in the notes the moment speak. I mean, this is kind of intuitive, right? Because if you, I mean, basically, when the order is the degree of that thing. So if you have two exponentials, you are taking the degree of the sum of two polynomials, which is the maximum between the degrees of the two polynomials at most, if there are no constellations. I have to put epsilons together. Okay, let's have a break. So then we come with the no brute force thing.